Don't swipe away. I'm not talking Luke Merrill. I'm talking about Mark Curran. Mark Curran is our state senator for most of Isani County and most of Chisago County. He lives in district. I've interviewed and met with him a couple times. He reposted a video of Dana White, the head of UFC, talking about how Kamala Harris should have, when she's talking about change and we need usher in new change. What are we changing from? Because she was the last administration, which admittedly was a criticism that I had of Kamala Harris, and that I was frustrated with the fact that she was unwilling to break from Biden on pretty much every issue. So I do agree with him on that front. I do agree that I think that was an issue with her campaign. I've talked about that before. I commented on that video, or the repost, and I said she ran a poor campaign, but I imagine she wouldn't build immigrant holding camps in the Everglades, so, she would have still probably been a better candidate. Because now Trump's got his stupid ass alligator Alcatraz. That shit is honestly just embarrassing. It's really scary that we're making just camps for immigrants, which is also, I think, being taken out of FEMA money right before hurricane season, things like that. Poor decision. Also incredibly inhumane. So I commented that because I figured that was the right response. He commented back a very long post that said, at Matthew O'Keefe, she ran a campaign to keep doing the same. She was incompetent and hasn't won a competitive election in her life. You're right, she wouldn't have done anything different regarding the immigration. They promoted illegal immigration using our tax dollars to do so. They helped the cartels to create the largest human traffic network in the world. Women and children brutally raped and trafficked. All while they allowed our federal legal immigration process to atrophy even more. We welcome all who came through the legal process. Step up, Matt, and house a few illegals yourself. Then you have a higher moral position. Until then, enjoy the vast prosperity this country affords you. I thought this was an incredibly frustrating take from him. So, because it's just demonizing immigrants more, which I think is incredibly unfair. So I commented, I have said that she did not run a very good campaign and that one of the biggest issues with it was how she wouldn't break from Biden. On the topic of immigration, Trump is mirroring what Hitler did with the Jews. That isn't exaggeration either. He's using them as a scapegoat for all the issues in the U.S. Even though they contribute more into taxes than they receive in benefits, they are less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens, and they do some of the hardest jobs in the country that others aren't willing to do. The fact that he is doing camps to hold them in places the media has a hard place getting to is the same thing Hitler did with his concentration/death camps. Undocumented immigrants are not scary. Stop demonizing them when you benefit from them being here. I'm just very frustrated with the overall positions he's taking. And I think if any of you live in his district, which is, again, most of Isani County and most of Chisago County, if you think these are frustrating takes, please call his office or message him on Facebook or get into his comment sections, because he needs to know that this is not an acceptable line that he should be talking about. These are human beings. We should treat them with respect. And also, they do provide much more than they receive for America. And I think he knows that, but he's not willing to say it.